Welcome again, ladies and gentlemen. We extend an especially warm welcome to Rear Admiral Banaji's wife, Liz, both their sisters and their dear friends near and far that have joined us for this wonderful celebration. We know that you, more than any one of us, have vividly aware of the sacrifices that he has made in the service of our country and nation. And I speak for the entire command when I say how pleased we are to have you here today.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming? Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Hawaii ponoi nanai komoi kalani ali'i ke ali'i na kawa e pale me ka ihe.
Ladies and gentlemen, it now gives me great pleasure to introduce the presiding officer for today's ceremony, the Commander, U.S. Pacific Fleet, Admiral Sam Paparo.
For Darius and Liz, I want to thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this great transition. When the chaplain was evoking Darius's service as an admiral and as a combat engineer, the emphasis is on the combat. From Djibouti across every continent in the world, this officer has stood the watch in a time of war, and it's not to be unappreciated. We don't celebrate heroism, we celebrate service. And service are those thankless, unappreciated thousands and thousands of small acts every single day. And the difference between service and heroism is that where heroism is an individual act, service is a collective act. Darius sits before you, and he is the result of all of the service of every human being he's ever interacted with, everyone that's ever taught him something. His parents, his wife, his brothers and sisters, sisters-in-law, all of his family, all of his friends, his pastors, his coaches, his professors, every junior, every peer, every superior that he's ever worked with, he is the sum product of their service. Not all of him is that, but he's not himself without their service. As we sit here today and we celebrate his service, we celebrate you. And that every moment where he was in a dangerous place, doing a dangerous thing, you were with him. And we celebrate your service because everything that we do, you are with us as we move forward. But what makes this officer special is that on top of being brilliant, an unrelenting work ethic, focused, on top of being mission-oriented, This officer is special because of two qualities in addition to those qualities of brilliance, work ethic, personal character, integrity, and it's humility and empathy. And all of those spring from the inherent dignity that comes from this human being who emigrated to the United States at a young age, who lived, who manifested, who exemplifies the American dream. And we take pride in his service, and we take pride in who he is. And we are not saying goodbye to you. We will hold you in our hearts forever. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rear Admiral Banaji.
Aloha, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor for Liz and me to have you guys here today. We're humble and so proud to be a naval officer. And as the boss and I talked about a couple of months ago, everything happens for a reason. And God works in mysterious ways. There is no better way for Liz and me to complete our naval service of our entire adult life than to be serving with Admiral Paparo and the amazing U.S. Pacific Fleet. What a way to wrap up our time in uniform. Couldn't have planned it better. It's an incredible mission, challenging problem sets being solved brilliantly every single day. And two characters down there, Admiral Martin and Admiral Saunter. You watch those two guys in poetry in motion every day doing maritime ops. It is amazing. And that's just one example of the brilliance that the PAC Fleet staff that I get a chance to be touched by every single day these past many months. In fact, the culinary specialists of the flag mess have a motto: 4-star leadership, 5-star service. And I can tell you firsthand, that level of call for action, humility, service, and can-do attitude is pervasive in the entire Pacific Fleet staff. Amazing command. Humbled to serve beside every one of you. So much for my initial plan to join the Navy for 2 tours, get some experience, and go back to Seattle and work in the private sector. Somehow being around sailors changed that completely and put it on its head. So here I am after 3.5 decades of serving as a result of several key ingredients. One is serving beside remarkable people, being a chance to be part of rewarding and incredibly chilling experiences across the globe and opportunities and rewards. Amazing mentors, and having the opportunity to be part of something so much bigger than any one of us serving in this armed forces and the greatest Navy in the world. What an amazing group of men and women I've had a chance to serve beside for the past 6 years. I'm humbled by your leadership and humility. It'll last me a lifetime. And finally, to my best friend and beautiful bride, Liz. So a few facts that some of you may not know. Well, these first few you already know. I am who I am and so successful because of that lady. She's by far smarter, articulate, and definitely more capable of the two.
Beautiful.
And beautiful, yes. And oh, by the way, she speaks 6 languages. I speak American. It was because of our sense of service and patriotism ingrained by her father, a retired command master chief, and my dad, an officer. We chose this lifestyle. It has never felt like a job, well, maybe 1 or 2 days. But we would do it over again in a heartbeat if ever given the chance, and there are no regrets. It has been a pleasure and really a hobby for me and her to serve in the nation's cloth and support this great Navy. I will now read my orders. For Chief of Naval Operations, order number 0093, your request to be transferred to the retired list has been approved by the Secretary of the Navy. Effective 1 April 2023, you'll be transferred to the retired list in the grade of Rear Admiral. Relieved in February of 2023 of duty as a Special Assistant to the Commander, United States Pacific Fleet. Relieved of all active duty effective 23/59, 31 March 2023. Signed by Michael A. Gilday, Admiral, United States Navy, Chief of Naval Operations. Hoorah!